Hey, Brenda, 2 carts again, huh?
Shopping for office and shopping for home. One for the office. Me.
What about those?
One for the office.
Smart and fine.
Good morning. I'm Eric Spillman in for Frank Brent, and the program being ending.
Good morning. I'm Shirley Iverton. Jeffrey Epstein are on Capitol Hill today telling there's a growing number of bipartisan lawmakers say it's time to release everything it knows on the Epstein files.
And good morning. I'm Annie Rose Ramos. Do you have your ticket? I have mine. Francis is about to get his tickets ready for the winning for the Powerball. What are you going to get if you win?
I'm going to get a whole compound for just me and my family. So
and new sunglasses, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe? I mean, are pretty great. All right, coming up, we have all the details you have to know about the billion-dollar winnings that are up for grabs. More than $1 billion. Powerball drawing tonight. That's next.
Not enough zeros to put on that sign. Good morning. Homes, there's some drama. Local tenants say the owners of the property everything to push them out for not wearing. We'll explain.
Oh. Hey there, everybody. Morning. Coming up, award-winning composer Danny Elfman is joining us to tell us about the 10th anniversary production of Nightmare Before Christmas. He'll be at the Hollywood Bowl. We'll talk to you soon.
Danny Elfman, looking forward to that, that's for sure. Mostly clear skies all the way across the Southland. Temperatures warming up today. It's going to be a hot one. Let's have a look at Los We hit o'clock. Noon, you peak at 88, 2 o'clock, and then it starts to drop down to 86 degrees. Jessica, back to you.
Jeffrey Epstein spoke out on Capitol today. It comes after a House committee released pages of documents related to the case, of which were already public. A bipartisan group of lawmakers is pushing for even transparency. KTLADT Shirley now in Washington. More on Trevor.
That's going to do those surveys appearing on Capitol Hill comes as a growing number of bipartisan lawmakers say it's not every government knows about Epstein. This morning, near a dozen surviving family members of Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend, Mel, telling their stories. One few times, several of them have publicly. Last night, a Republican House committee released thousands of pages of documents related to the case. However, much was information known. World Democrats criticized Republicans releasing information. The Epstein saga remains a story the White House just can't put to bed.
It's really a Democrat because they're trying to get people to talk about something totally irrelevant as a nation president.
Trump documented with Epstein and conspiracy theories surrounding crime and death. Voters expect President Trump to immediately release everything known about Epstein. So far hasn't happened. They're now at the president administration. Ongoing bipartisan effort in the House to force the release of the files after House Speaker Mike Johnson tried to delay a vote on that earlier this summer. Epstein say they want total transparency, as do lawmakers leading the effort to release all.
Systematically recruited, trafficked of this great nation, and assaulted. Others that are complicit, that have caused harm to women and children, that have benefited from that harm.
So we gather here on steps to confront these rebels. Today we end with survivors.
Now, Epstein's former girlfriend, Maxwell, remains locked up out of a federal prison, but she recently transferred to a lower security facility. DOJ officials. That's a move that's been criticized by of Epstein's victims. That's the latest here in Washington. We'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you. China held one of its biggest military parades the end War II. Heads of state at odds were also in attendance alongside Chinese Xi Jinping, included Russian President Vladimir Putin, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. This was the time the trio was seen together. Pete Hegseth spoke with Fox News this morning about the threat from China.
Jobs to maintain military advantage. Skies, in the sea, under the sea, and with long-range fires, all the capabilities we have, Golden Dome, which is something China knows they can't replicate, and we will in this administration. So we're going to maintain the strategic advantage. President Trump has a great relationship with President Xi, and we'll leverage that in hoping to find ways that we can work together. Otherwise, we'll always be prepared.
President Trump offered the leaders attending the event his warmest regards, but said they meant to conspire.
President Trump says the U.S. military has airstrikes killing narco-terrorists in international waters. Video the Defense Department showed yesterday in the Southern Caribbean says a boat was transporting illegal narcotics that was headed to the U.S. from Venezuela. The Defense Department says the boat was drug cartels. No U.S. forces were harmed in this strike. U.S. military has deployed 4,000 sailors to the waters around and the to drug cartels.
A 12-year-old driver's death. Violent crash in Van Nuys overnight happened 2 in the morning. Police say the driver of a Honda was speeding down Burbank Boulevard. He ran a red light and into the victim, Burbank and Van Nuys Boulevard. The undead woman died at the scene. The driver of the Honda, 2 passengers were trapped in the vehicle. They were eventually pulled out. First, they're now all hospitalized with serious injuries. Police say the driver of that Honda, who is in his suspicion of DUI.
A deadly crash in the Inland Empire. A car slammed into the back of a big rig in Rancho Cucamonga. It happened on the southbound 15 freeway just north of Foothill Boulevard. This was just after 10 last night. The CHP not confirmed the person killed in the car. Condition of the driver is unknown. A van was also hit. It sounds the driver of the van was hurt. The cause of the crash is unknown.
An LA County supervisor county urgent rent relief include immigrant families.
Too many families are still displaced from the wildfires. Are living in fear every day. Part of these raids. They can't wait. Rent can't wait.
Fund wild survivors who lost their properties. Now Supervisor Lindsay Horvath wants it into nearly $1 million to immigrants and low-income families. The extension would offer up to $5,000 in rent or mortgage relief. Landlords also benefit repaired damaged affordable housing.
All right, time now to check in with Mark, who's looking at our weather today.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit different as compared to yesterday. Not as crazy. We still could get pop-up storms, but widespread and probably strong as well with the strong winds and heavy downpours and some heat strikes. Worst was up further north in California. They had a lot of lightning strikes, though, and that's the worst because they could cause fire. Absolutely. Clear skies. It's looking absolutely beautiful. Everything's going to be great. Hot, but it's cooling down. Weekend 75 downtown. That's 5 was time. Relative humidity down 69%. It was much higher yesterday at this hour. Yeah, 985 is the average record. 1950 at 108 degrees. Boy, that was a hot one. Definitely. We still have that heat. There's a small area right here, but that doesn't mean you're not going to get hot everywhere else. It's just the heat environment. It's on tonight, 6 o'clock, and the flash flood, mainly for the upper desert areas. That's on until 11 o'clock later on tonight. Here we go. There you can see some of those possibly in the inland desert. Some of that You can see right there is the moisture coming up from the south, the subtropical moisture, and that